Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the annual reorganization meeting of the Vineland Board of Education, January 4th, 2017. Can I ask you to please stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In compliance with the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law, commonly referred to as the Sunshine Law, the Vineland Board of Education has caused notice and posting of this meeting to be sent to the following, announcing time and place thereof, agenda, etc. The Daily Journal, the Atlantic City Press, the Clerk of the City of Vineland, the Administrative Office Public Bulletin Board. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. DeSanto if he would please come forward to swear in our new members. And please feel free, family members, to move around and take any pictures that you wish to take. You need your Bible over here, Mr. Fiocchi. You can call your mom up or your dad or both or whatever.
Gotta do both, if not, I get yelled.
Okay, all right.
Please raise your right hand. I, Nicholas Fiocchi,
I, Nicholas Fiocchi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
Jersey,
I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established
to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Nicholas Fiocchi,
I, Nicholas Fiocchi,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
for office of the member of Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
justly,
justly,
and impartially perform
and impartially perform
all of the duties of that office
all of the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Mr. Fiocchi, now you get to sit on this side. Pick a seat. Okay, Mr. Medio next? Yeah, either one, they could choose either one. Mr. Sobrano? Okay.
Mr. Sobrano?
Probably you two.
Please, you have to raise your right hand. I, Faustino John Sobrano,
I, Faustino John
do
Sobrano,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United
and
States
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Faustino John Sobrano,
I, Faustino John Sobrano,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of
for
Education,
the office of member of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
justly,
justly,
and impartially perform
and impartially perform
all of the duties of that office
all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Mr. Media? Eugene Medio,
I, Eugene Medio,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
Jersey,
I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to
and
the same,
allegiance to the same,
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Eugene Medio,
I, Eugene Medio,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess
that I possess
the qualifications prescribed by law
the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
for the office of member of the Board of
and
Education,
that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
justly,
and
and impartially perform
impartially perform
all of the duties of that office
all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. DeSanto. At this time, Helen is going to do roll call.
Ms. Acosta?
Here.
Mr. Boardley?
Here.
Ms. Codispoti?
Present.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Here.
Mr. Jennings?
Present.
Mr. Medio?
Here.
Mr. Pagano?
Here.
Ms. Rios?
Here.
Mr. Sabrana?
Here.
Thank you, Helen. I'm going to ask Mr. DeSanto if he would take a minute to please explain the process for the president and vice president election.
Yes, thank you. There are many ways in which officers are elected. Over the many years, the board has adopted the following procedure. Dr. Gruccio will entertain nominations for the office of president. There's no second needed for that. After someone is nominated, Dr. Gruccio will call for any other nominations. If there is a second nomination, that person then is placed on the board list. You will then conduct an election of the first person nominated, and if that person receives 5 votes or more, then the election is over. If that person does not receive 5 votes, you will then go to the second person and hold an election regarding that person. So again, I remind you, no second is needed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, I would entertain a motion for a nomination. I apologize. I entertain nominations for the position of president of the Board of Education.
Nominate Mr. Jennings.
We don't need a second. Are there any other nominations for president at this time?
I nominate Damaris Rios.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, all right. Nominations are closed, and I will begin with the first name, Mr. Jennings, and that's what is on the table to vote for. Helen, roll call.
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Boardley?
Yes.
Ms. Codispoti?
No.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Pagano?
Yes.
Ms. Rios?
No.
Mr. Sabrana?
No.
Motion carries
Announce the result.
6-3.
6-3.
Mr. Jennings is the president.
Mr. Jennings, at this time, you will take over and you will open nominations for vice president. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to take nominations for the position of Vice President.
I nominate Mr. Boardley.
Is there any other nominations? Seeing none, we will vote for the nominee.
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Boardley?
Yes.
Ms. Codispoti?
Yes.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Pagano?
Yes.
Ms. Rios?
No.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-1.
Thank you, and congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
At this point, I would like to make a recommendation for, oh, I'm sorry, we have to do public comment. I'm sorry,
Public
I'm
comment.
jumping a gun.
At this time, is there any public comment on agenda items? Please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Is there any sheets?
No.
Okay, then at this time, I would like to make a recommendation for approval to the, board by the superintendent, the readoption of all bylaws and policies.
Second.
Any comments, questions? Anyone? Thank you.
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Ms. Codispoti?
Yes.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Pagano?
Yes.
Ms. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Mr. Boardley?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
I would like to recommend the acceptance of the 2016 annual school election results. You'll find them attached to the agenda.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call? Oh, wait, excuse me. Anyone discussion for that? Roll call, please.
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Ms. Codispoti?
Yes.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Pagano?
Yes.
Ms. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Mr. Boardley?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
That concludes my recommendations.
Opportunity now for public to address the board on any item. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes. At this time, I'd like to ask our board, I want to start with Eugene. Any comments, Eugene, tonight?
Nothing special at this time. Next week, we have a work session. Will I be able to talk to the superintendent before that and be brought up to speed on the budget situation?
Absolutely. Just give me a call and we'll set up a time.
Thank you.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Just look forward to getting started and working together with everybody.
Good, thank you. Mr. Pagano?
I'd just like to welcome Mr. Fiocchi and also welcome back Mr. Sabrana and Mr. Medio, and hope we have a very productive year.
Ms. Codispoti?
First, I'd like to, it's nice to see our new mayor and council president out there supporting our school board. It's nice to see some support from our city now. I'd like to welcome and congratulate Mr. Fiocchi. Welcome back, Mr. Sabrana. Welcome back, Mr. Medio. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Jennings and Mr. Boardley on their election of president and vice president. You two gentlemen have a large shoes to fill, but I'm confident that you can do it. I know I'm looking forward to working with the whole new board and continuing our communication, collaboration, and transparency that we've been using that was so effective in the past, and I'm just excited to see what we can do this year.
Thank you. Ms. Acosta?
I would just like to congratulate and welcome Mr. Fiocchi, Mr. Medio, and Mr. Sabrana. Welcome back. I'd like to wish everyone a very happy new year. I'm very excited about what this year has to look forward well, we have to look forward to. It's wonderful to see members of City Council and our mayor for the City of Vineland. I believe that working together, the board, along with the administration for the city, we can do really wonderful things. So this is going to be a very exciting year, and I'm looking forward to a lot of hard work. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sabrana?
Welcome to Mr. Fiocchi. Welcome back, Mr. Medio, and to everyone else. I'm really honored and humbled for the amount of support I received in this year's election, and I'm looking forward with a great deal of enthusiasm to working a full term on the board after serving the one-year term. I will be eternally grateful for the love and support of my wife Carla, my son John, his wife Teresa, and my granddaughter Juliana, who are here tonight. Without them, I would not be sitting here. I also had a secret weapon in this election, which was their dog, Duke, the bulldog. I eagerly accept the responsibility given to me by every person who voted for me in this election, and I promise I'll do my best to serve the interests of the students, the employees, and the taxpayers of this community without fear or favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Damaris Rios?
I would like to thank those that nominated me, and I would like to thank you for your support. Congratulations to the president and vice president. It's nice to see a lot of political leaders here tonight. That has never been seen before, but it's nice to see it now. Former city council members are present. Vineland City Hall Council President Paul Spinelli's present. Mayor of the City of Vineland, Anthony Fanucci's present. So it's nice to see these faces here, and hopefully they can work well with administration and the board in making this a productive year going forward. Nick Fiocchi, I really don't know you that well, but you're young blood. I hope that you are bringing in innovative ideas that will help bring this district forward. So I'm glad to see you here. John Sabrana, with the experience that you have, I'm glad that you're back. You have a lot of knowledge, and that knowledge is very important to this district. And Eugene Medio, I'm glad to see you back on the board. This is my last year, and I look forward to a very entertaining last year on the Vineland Board of Education. And I'm not just speaking about Eugene, I'm speaking about a lot of things that will be taking place this year. We do have a lot of struggles and a lot of issues that will be taking place that we will have to handle certain ways, and I am just looking forward to the entertainment of it. So thank you so much, and have a good night.
Thank you, Ms. Rios.
You're welcome.
Mr. Boardley, I like the earrings, by the way. Any comments, or are you just going to show off your earrings?
It's time to congratulate Mr. Medio, Mr. Fiocchi, Sabrana, my dear friend Anthony Fanucci. And thank you for the support for me as vice president, and I look forward to working hard, continuing to work hard for this district and moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Dr. Gruccio?
I as well would like to congratulate Mr. Sabrana and welcome him back. Congratulations, Mr. Medio, and welcome back. I just want to take a minute to recognize that Mr. Medio's brother and sister-in-law have traveled far from out of state to be here this evening. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Fiocchi. We're very happy to have a new young person on the board and who's energetic, and we're looking forward to what you can contribute to this Board of Education. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Jennings on being elected president and Mr. Boardley on being elected vice president. I'd like to thank Anthony Fanucci, our new mayor, for coming out this evening, and our council president, Mr. Paul Spinelli, for being here. You guys might want to consider 5 minutes for comments like we do instead of 15. I was kind of taken back. 15's a long time for each person. But anyhow, good luck, and we're happy to have you with us. And I would like to wish all of you a very healthy and happy new year. I look forward to the year ahead and working with this board, and I hope that we all remember what we're here for the students of Vineland. And if that happens, we will be able to do many good things, and I look forward to that. So thank you all.
Okay, I guess last but not least, I'm hoping this position doesn't transform me into some big, long conversationalist.
I'll just hate you like this.
I appreciate the support. I'm in my 5th year. I have a lot of experience. All the board members, we're supporting each other. And as Kim Kataspati said, I'm going to continue on with Mr. English's CCT. And it worked, and I hope it just continues to work. And we just continue to work together and, stay focused on what's important. That's educating the children. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for their support. And do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
I know.